Hi everybody! I'm making this video today to talk about how you can actually connect with your own spirit guides. This is specifically about meeting your spirit guides. So let me connect with mine and then we'll channel some wisdom on how best to do that, okay? So they want you to know that we're always here with you. We're your spirit guides. That's what we do. Spirit guides are always there with you, watching you, wanting to remind you that although this feels like a really long lifetime, it's really just like extremely fast. And it's not hard for them to be keeping an eye on you at all times. So that's what they do. They're here to help you along your journey. They want you to have a good time while you're incarnated. They don't want you to have a poopy time. So you need to find a way to connect with them. They're specifically geared toward helping you along your spiritual journey. Specifically that. Soul friends helping you on your spiritual journey. But developed in certain abilities that you too, your soul too, is also trying to acquire. Develop in these abilities as well. Showing me how even some of my so you have friends, right? You collect friends over lifetimes. You interact, you meet people, and those people possess souls too. And sometimes those souls even choose to, because they love you so much, they adore you so much, they're just so intertwined with your energy. They want to guide you along in this lifetime. Feel like your best friends in the spirit realm are just cheering you on the whole way and want to be there to love you, caress you, help you feel a lot of joy and in your experience of life. So so they want to share all of that first. They said step one is to remember we are the voice of love. We are the voice of love that is constantly in your ear and at your beck and call even. Call for us so that we can come and help you. But then listen. Don't just call for us and then just start babbling away and then ignore when we try to fill you with our loving guidance, because that's what we're here for. Remember, we're your best friends. We're not here to throw you under the bus. You go meet your best friend at a restaurant, tell them all these things that have happened to you. Your best friend is going to talk back and give you advice, right? We talk back. We actually do talk back. That's what they say. um, Whether you can hear us or not, we talk back. Now, hear is one word, but there's also this word called listen. Gotta listen to if you want to hear us, right? So let's see what else they say. Um, so. All right, I'm just going to describe what I see. I'm seeing what is a green color and then a woman coming forward from the green itself. Showing me how colors play a role. And then also, so the spiritual expressions possess an identity that you would resonate with. And so we want to be aligned with your memories, your let's see what they're trying to make sense of what they're saying exactly. Let's see. So they're showing me a horse even. Showing me that animals too represent spirit guides as well. I may have to look away from the camera for a little bit. It's easier for me to absorb the information when I'm looking that way, so just bear with me. Okay, so colors, faces, animals. What's your favorite color? What do you adore most? Don't be shy. Do you like women? Do you like men? Choose a gender. Pick a face that you resonate with. Maybe you want some spiritual guidance from a Native American. Like what is the energy vibration that you are looking for? It could be a very wise you know is a wise monk, or from anywhere on the planet. I mean, monks are everywhere. You can't find them though, but they're everywhere. There's like Christian monks, Buddha, he's got a team of monks. I don't know why I can't think of the words right now. Um, Okay, so we got monks all over the place. Different versions, different expressions, showing me different religions even. They're saying religion is not they're not there's not a negative energy about religion. If that is what you resonate with, they really want to showcase what is it that makes you feel alive? What is it that inspires you to be the best you can be? Find a face or an identity in your mind. Just create one, imagine one, and allow that face then to guide you. Actually, when you have a problem, go to that face and talk to it and see the face in your imagination actually interacting with you. Um, Let me see what else they say. So people have animals that they love too. Some people love horses. Some people like Abby love snakes. Some people like squirrels. Wisdom. Squirrels do possess wisdom. Squirrels, they're happy all the time. They're dashing around in their silly squirrel little way, and they're always so happy, and they're busy little bees. You know, squirrels are always in motion, but they're just sort of happy in the way they are. Squirrels can be wise master teachers too, about simplicity, hard work, and then joy even. Showing you a different side, because people sort of like, you know, wolves, eagles, all of these animals that have, we all kind of have a resonation with them having a really higher vibrational identity. But don't forget about bumblebees, and butterflies, and all of these other forms that are also extremely wise. Praying mantis, for instance, also very wise. Um, so animals too. Maybe you had a pet that you really loved, and then the pet died. That too, you can actually call upon your pets and see them in your mind and talk to them. And guess what? Now that they have this spiritual identity, they can actually talk back to you, not like just bark or meow or whatever it is. They actually can help you. If that animal was just, you adored it, and you just miss it, you want to share your life experiences with it still, then see it in your imagination. And that is how you make connections with us, they say. Your imagination isn't pretend. You're trained as a kid to use your imagination. You know, it's just instinctive. You just use your imagination. You live in your imagination. Your imagination overrides all other parts of your brain. When you're a kid, and then as you grow into an adult, you're sort of trained to be a thinker and not an imaginer. You're trained to not use this old part, you know, the imagination part. And they're saying that the imagination is the connective tool. That is what I use when I connect with the spirit realm. I have to go into my imagination. I call it my third eye. My soul is, if my soul center is like at the helm, you know. So I go here, and then allow the images to flow, and then I speak through what I see, what I feel, and what I hear, and that comes to me. Anybody and everybody can do this. I'm an advocate for helping everybody figure this thing out. It's not as hard as your brain's gonna tell you it is. You can do this. Can you use your imagination? Can you come up with an identity of something you love? Maybe you want to see a very attractive woman. Now put her in here and see her and talk to her. And now feel how much she loves you in return, you know? And now give her a name. And this is real. They're saying that there's one step that I missed here, and it is the reality that the image that you choose is actually correct. We are actually expressions of images that you would instinctively choose. You would instinctively choose them because they actually resonate with your soul, and thus we too are reflections of that. So I had this like conversation in the last video about how I was gonna find out my spirit guide names and their identities, and even now I'm sort of testing the waters with this. And because they're spirits, like they don't have to have a face or a name. but I can hear them. And sometimes they have like a male voice, sometimes they have a female voice, sometimes their voices are like talking together. So it's neither male nor female. Um, so when I woke up this morning, I was trying to decide if I'd get out of bed yet or go back to sleep. And I heard a female voice say, "Abby, it's time for you to wake up. We have work to do." And I was like, okay, I guess that's enough. That answers my question. So that's an example of my spirit guide talking to me, actually hearing me have this thought in my brain, and then helping me to decide what to do. They actually know what's best for you, so just do what they say. Don't like override it. So they also tell me not to do certain things. And then I'm just sort of like, but I want to do it, so I don't really care what you have to say. How many times do we all do this? You have like a hunch about something, and you're like, I'm just gonna do it anyway. And then you find out later, like, probably shouldn't have done that. That was your spirit guides trying to help you not go down that road. Thing is if you don't go down those roads, you're never gonna know, so you might as well just go down them, right? So, like, that is for them to decide. You get to decide, you decide what you want to learn in this lifetime. So they're showcasing too how there's a reason I don't choose to listen to them, because I want to experience being human. And so I want to make mistakes. It's like, just don't tell me what to do. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. It's like the baby brother, baby sister, and the older sibling, it's like, don't do this. Trust me, I know. And the younger sibling's like, I don't care what you say. This is my life. That's kind of what this is like. I'm like telling the older sibling, my spirit guides, what I choose. um, Not always what they ask of me. So, but that's okay. We're all here to learn, right? We're all here to make mistakes, and mistakes are a good thing. They teach us, they mold us, they help us grow. So, hmm. So let me think here. They're they're talking about really hard times in my life. Hard times where I have this natural instinct to like turn off the flow of love. Because I just want to be alone and figure this thing out. They say this is really a natural sort of instinct for the earth human, to do this, to shut down when times get hard and not to listen. And that is the most important time when you could listen, because we don't want you to be sulking in misery for a week or weeks, months, years, even. You could commit suicide. They want really badly for you to not shut down, but actually allow yourself to, that prompting that you're getting into that state where you just push people away, or you just get into a mood. You sense when you're in a mood. And then choose to let the mood be the sort of bell ringer that you need to connect with your spirit guides, and actually let yourself feel loved. They say that's so hard for human beings to do that. That's super hard. That you can take as that's like, go to military boot camp. See if you can override your humanness, to choose to let love in when you're in one of those states. It's one of the hardest things a human being can do. That's what they say. They really want to showcase that. Connect with us when you are in the worst of states. We don't want you to commit suicide, literally. They say that is the worst outcome of souls that choose not to listen to the loving voices in their head. They just choose to go so far down and so deep into darkness that our voices get drowned out by other voices that inspire them to do things that they will regret. Their soul will feel sorrow by those choices. So we're here to help you, love you, tend to your needs. Let us help you. Super about that. So I'm just checking with them about everything, because I want to make sure that after you watch this video, you can actually try some things out. So they're reminding me, okay, so you need to get a sense for what would be an image of something that you would absolutely, okay. Couple of things. Human beings, the reason why they're challenged to connect with their spirit guides is because they have this expectation that the spirit guide has a specific identity and that is it. They have a specific name and that is their name. You have to remember we live in an infinite universe. We have no boundaries. There aren't any rules in this game. We are exactly the images of what it is you love most, what you love most. Now, see what you love most right here, and allow that image to take shape and even watch it moving without you stimulating it. Don't actually try to move it. Don't imagine it doing anything. Just see it here and then allow it to have a sort of a personality of its own and then allow it to move around. Now you are making connections. Now we have the ability to reach you through this image of love that you have chosen. We too are images of love. You can't screw this thing up. You can't get this thing wrong. Don't feel like it has to be a certain way. It's an infinite universe. There are no you can scribble outside the lines. There are no lines. There is nothing to hold you back on this thing. You can't get this wrong. So once you put the image here, give it a name, and then feel how much that image makes you feel love and fills you with love and showers you with loving energy. Feel so connected to it. Feel the way that it makes you feel the energy of love, and feel it embracing you, even hugging you and washing away all of your pain. The image itself, to be a reflection of love of this kind, even has a name that you can give it. You can call it Bernie or something, whatever you want it to be called. You can call it Taco or whatever you want it to be called. It can be anything. And then when life gets hard, call out for Taco, the goldfinch, and then let Taco come to you and talk to you in here, okay? And feel that love and laughter and joy that it brings you. Acknowledge that this image is a very real, sincere spirit guide that is here to love you and embrace you. This is real. This isn't, you aren't just pretending here. This isn't you just being like, well, it's kind of a spirit guide. I don't really still know what they actually look like. No, Taco the goldfinch that you chose is the spirit guide. You gotta pick what is the image I resonate with. Give it a name so that you can have that sort of identity and then feel its expression of love. That is your spirit guide. They're saying that is real. They want me to erase goldfinch named Taco because people won't resonate with that as much as like a Native American or like an Aboriginal tribesman or something that has like a very high vibration. They say Taco the goldfinch would be a really good spirit guide for somebody who needs like a lot of laughter or just something. So they're showing me birds have this sort of vibration about them because they can fly and they can see beyond. And then even the feathers of the birds can have their own unique meaning. And then small birds versus large birds also have their own identity and meaning and value. Everything that you see in physical creation also has an identity of reflection in the spirit realm. That's what they say. And that's why you can't make a mistake. You actually can experience the spirit realm interacting with you through the image because that image does indeed have like there is a Taco the goldfinch. There's a reason you came up with this. I'm like, okay, seriously, there's like Taco the goldfinch. I'm making sense. They're like, yes, there is. So let me just see if I can channel. Um, this is not gonna work. I can't take this seriously right now. Um, this is real. There's something else they're trying to show me through this. I'm going into the image right now. There's a lot of people hanging out on a couch, and it's really dim, and I can't see them very well. So I'm trying to make the lighting better so I can see. And like we're all here waiting for you to choose to see us. so you can actually showcase who and what your spirit guides are like, what we look like. They're saying that I have an advanced way of going into the images and seeing what is there. And that's this takes time to be able to accomplish this as a human being, but every human being can do this. And as long as you keep practicing and trying, you will be able to accomplish this too. Um, they're saying Abby's been doing this for a very long time. So, um, as a human being, this stuff is harder. Is hard because of the humanness. The biological body fights back. Doesn't want you to have these loving connections. Even would erase the memory of them. People who astral travel or people who have profound spiritual experiences oftentimes forget them because the experience is beyond the biological. It's the spiritual, and the humanness can't process that as well. So it sort of creates a foggy overlay of the memory. So you got to write these things down or get video of them, right? So I'm going into this picture. They're all like in an old dingy apartment, like a college apartment or something, on the couch, like hanging out, like there's going to be a party, but nobody's like in motion and there's no lighting and there's nothing there. It's just a couch and a table. They're on the couches. There's like a lot of but there's four specific ones I see in the front, and one is definitely Native American. Let me see. So they're bringing him forward. Let me see. So Native Americans have this sort of like the older they are, they have this sort of I don't know. I basically he's an older Native American man, and he's got wrinkles. His face is wrinkled, but he does not have gray hair. His hair is sort of in a braid, and then he also has a headdress on. He's sort of in the formal Native American sort of garb. So this is about connecting with nature, but from the wisdom of the spirits. Sort of connected with the wisdom of the nature spirits, even animal spirits, spirits from the sky or the stars, connected with Mother Earth. But really about the animals like buffalo and deer and rabbit and even eagle and just the animals that he saw, really into their spirits. Native American coming forward to share this, into the spirits of his ancestors as well. Um, Really wants human beings to connect even with their bodies, like dancing, feeling that energy and sound and movement of body in order to experience spirit, he says. This has value. Showing me they're so connected with earth and sky, so connected with elements, so connected with spirits. Native Americans are. He's showing me how human beings today have forgotten their connections, and it's so important. He come forward to share the value of other cultures that have that are raised or born or develop in this sort of culture where they can feel, see, experience spirit realm. And so for human beings in America, for instance, in like modern day, we sort of have lost our natural instinct to see, feel, experience spirit realm. We don't dance to the rhythms of drums and around the fire and the circular motions and the sounds and calls of our voice box, and just just letting our natural bodies move and move naturally to a rhythm, and then also experience like this trance state. He says human beings get confused, that they're human beings who don't know for sure if the spirit realm is real. That's why he's coming forward. He really wants to showcase that Native Native Americans, right? We call them Native Americans. They were in America, right? So yet you have these like super spiritual the super spiritual culture. This was their culture. Nobody can deny that is their culture. Was their culture, and that is natural. That is real. That is a part of their identity. They don't make this stuff up. We aren't pretending to talk to spirits. We are actually talking to spirits and experience their wisdom, guidance, and love. Native Americans do this. Really wants to showcase average Joe human being goes to McDonald's, lives a very difficult life, going to work every day, drives a car that breaks down, must pay to get it fixed, constantly dealing with all of these problems that keep building up and building up because society today is destroying the human spirit, the connectiveness with the all, the spirit realm, the animals, the nature. This is a big deal, even destroying nature. Native Americans actually saw this coming, that white man would come here and destroy them all, and that in its place would be a new society that could potentially destroy the entire planet, is what he's saying. So value in making these connections, right? Really showcasing this. Really proud to be able to speak through me to share this message. Um, we're gonna test the waters here. I'm gonna ask him for a name. I'm not always good with the names, but I'm trying to get better with them. So I just choose to, what comes is what I see. So I'm gonna ask him for what is there a name that we can give you? Um, he said there's a reason I have a hard time with names. It has to do with the fact that I do not value people for their name. I value what is the message. And that is why I'm challenged. But I do understand that human beings resonate with having a name to face sort of thing. And so that is why I try to honor the needs of the viewer. Um, he's sort of showing me many things at one time. Standing on a mountaintop, seeing out across the land. Feel this really wise feeling. Like he could go into really deep states of meditation, even while just being a normal guy, just living his life. But when he chose to go actually into nature to be on his own, he would take journeys into the spirit realm to learn and to become wise for his tribe, even. Seeing beyond is what this is about. Seeing beyond the physical, seeing into the spiritual, using the spirits of nature to help him, even. He trusted so much in eagles, or hawks, or that's sort of what. So that is the name. The name would be Hawk, something with Hawk. I have a dog named Hawk. So this is interesting. And so I mean, because I live in Iowa, so I'm a Hawkeye fan, and so I have a dog named Hawk. But I always thought that was strange that I didn't want her to be named Hawkeye. I wanted her to be named Hawk. And so his name too is Hawk, like is what the only way I can describe it. He said you can call me Hawkeye, because I see with the eyes of the hawk. It's really what he's saying. Actually, this would be sensical because I live in Iowa. I'm a Hawkeye fan. All this stuff sort of blends. He said there's no coincidences. Human beings are going to see this as, oh, well, she just would, she's a Hawkeye fan, so that would just make sense, right? He said there's no such thing as coincidences. Everything is a detail. In this physical realm is also in the spiritual realm. Everything has meaning. Every single thing. Even the pens that you bought at Walmart for your kids, even that has meaning. The fact that you chose that lane over another lane has meaning. The fact that you parked on that side of a parking lot over a different side of the park, that too has meaning. Every single action has meaning and has a reaction. It is seriously more detailed. Everything is far more intricate than our brains will let us make sense of or believe. This is real. He's saying Hawkeye. Hawkeye, that's literally it. Hawkeye sees beyond. That's what he says. That would be a real legit thing. Um, hmm. Really wants me to help others do these things too. Really wants. This is a Native American. Really wants to see human beings, and this is sort of like resonating with this country even because of everything that happened here. It created this energy. It created this sort of cyclic need that needs healed. The pain of all of this Native American suffering, even. But he's sort of like is smiling and saying it's time for everything to change. That he's not angry or in pain or has, you know, a grudge or anything like that. He understands the purpose and need for all things. As he said, that there's no coincidences. This was meant to be, and then it has to be we have to see everything in love, not as a painful thing, a tragic thing. Just see it as a learning experience for all souls, and as an expression of love. The gift of love is the learning. And now we get to choose. We get to choose what we want. We get to choose to love the earth, love the animals, love the stars, love visitors from beyond, even. Really wanting to push that we aren't the only beings in an infinite universe, beings outside the planet, even. I know it gets weird when you start talking to spirits and they're talking spirits like Native Americans are talking about alien beings. It's kind of weird, but it's legit. They too had this awareness that they were not the only beings in an infinite universe. But they were really connected with their bloodlines, and their ancestors and the stories of the tribe, even, and the gifts that their ancestors gave to them, which is the gift of life and renewal and continuation of the tribe and the stories and the everything. All of that. It's written in the stars. So I'm just gonna call this a video, okay? I hope this gives you an opportunity to get a feel for how to discover your own spirit guides, and then what the type of wisdom that you can experience from that. You can do this. You gotta start simple. You gotta start with choosing something that you resonate with. See it and allow it to be alive in your imagination and to show you things, speak to you. Be the one who stops and allows the image to speak to you. Don't force any conversations to come out of it. Allow it to decide how it wants to interact with you. They say 5 minutes. Just sit down and lay down in your bed or sit down in a comfortable chair and close your eyes. And then once you have the image of something that you love, then allow that image to take shape here, and then let it have a name, and then if you need one, and then just let it interact with you. Actually do that. It's real. I would love it if those who watch this video, if you try this, tell me what it was like. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about your challenges. I want to try to make videos to help anybody on this pathway who wants to sort of develop spiritually. So I can't make the videos to help you unless you ask me the questions. And I have more questions, so I need to keep up with this, but not always easy. I'm on my way. So if you want to work with me personally, visit my website. It's www.abbynormalswisdomquest.com. And then on my homepage, you can find my store. So let's make connections. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.